Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be figuring out what Banco was doing that no one expected. I know a little bit of what's going on, and I'm very eager to explain and understand what the Wiener Schnitzel is going on. So let's get straight into the video and get started. Topaz agrees as well.
Bandai Namco just made a move that nobody saw coming. After over a decade of Sword Art Online games, they finally did the one thing fans have been begging for since day one, and a little bit of a disclaimer, I'm one of those fans.
Okay, so I do know that in this coming up Sword Art Online game, you're going to be able to create your own character, and it's going to be in the whole game itself without any of the anime characters. I've yet to ever actually play a Sword Art Online game, and this is the only one that's actually intrigued me. Just because you're not playing as any anime characters, you create your own character, which I think it's such a smart move.
And honestly, this isn't just big for SAO. What they just announced could signal a massive shift in how Bandai Namco approaches.
My next question is since you created your own character, will you be able to see the anime characters through a distance or something doing their own thing, or is there going to be no anime characters, you're not going to see them at all kind of thing?
Every single anime IP that they own. Let's break it down a bit. Bandai Namco just officially revealed Sword Art Online Echoes of Ahn'Qrad, a brand new single-player action RPG dropping July 10th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC as well. Now, on the surface though, cool. Another SAO game, right? Well,
I think what they should do, or they could do, for like maybe a side mission or two, you get a couple. You meet up with at least a couple of the characters from the anime.
not exactly. This is not going to be something like that, because for the first time in the franchise history, you're not playing through someone else's story. You're creating your own character from scratch, and you are the central protagonist, not Kirito, not Asuna, just you.
Which I believe is a very smart move.
Now, I know a lot of you diehard SAO fans out there will probably say like, hey, well, didn't Fatal Bullet let you create a character? Yes, it did. But in Fatal Bullet, Kirito was still the center of that universe. You were along for his ride. Echoes of Ahn'Qrad is flipping that completely.
So I wonder if it's going to be like its own little version of the game, because if it's going to have it'd be really cool if they had 100 floors. But I can't imagine you'll be the one to finish off the game, since the anime character Kirito is the one who does that. So I'm very curious to know how the story is going to play.
And Asuna are still in the game as supporting characters, but the story is more centered around you. This is your story.
Okay.
You're stepping into Ahn'Qrad as your own person, experiencing the death game firsthand, not vicariously through someone else. And here's what really got my attention. Producer Yosuke Futami went on a record saying this game is designed to be approachable for people who've never watched a single episode of Sword Art Online.
I feel like that's also a smart move.
Previous games required you to at least have some working knowledge of the anime just to understand what was happening. Echoes of Ahn'Qrad does not. This is a massive statement, and it tells me that Bandai Namco isn't just making a fan service game here, they're swinging for the fences. But here's where it gets really interesting, because what was shown behind
Dude's got a wife beater shirt on.
Closed door.
I do like his little wall there on the left there. I guess it'd be his right, so his right. I like that design.
Paints a very different picture than just another anime RPG. Let's talk about the gameplay that was showcased during IGN's.
I actually haven't watched any of the showcase stuff. I just know that this game is a thing that's being made, and the little bit of what I've explained is all I know. So what the gameplay is, we'll figure out.
Preview. So far what's been revealed is that this is a full-blown action RPG with some real depth to it.
The neighbors downstairs are cooking something spicy, and I'm breathing, and I can taste it, and I want to sneeze.
We're talking guard system, light and heavy attack chains, and you can kind of alternate between a fly, multiple different mechanics, special abilities, everything that is, your usual action RPG. But one key thing that I do want to take note is that you would not be able to dual wield. So this is how far.
What?
or they're going into the actual story. Because anybody who actually knows or have at least heard of or watched some form of Sword Art Online, dual wielding in itself was Kirito's exclusive ability. It was native to him
Ah.
himself, and no one else in the game, if I remember correctly, did not have access to dual wielding. So
Gosh dang it, we have to leave the dual wielding to the main character. Oh my gosh. It makes sense, but like, oh man, we're just extras.
we're kind of one of those other people. That's how far they go. And that attention to detail is absolutely crazy. So when you're actually like, one of the things I've noticed during the gameplay preview, when you stun enemies, you can actually break parts off of them. And in the IGN preview, they showcase they fight against a bunch of wasps, and the most dangerous, so far what I've seen, the most dangerous standard enemy in the demo. And when you stun them, you can chop their wings off mid combat to ground them permanently.
I do like that.
They go
It kind of makes the battling dynamics a bit more unique.
from flying around shooting poison at you to now you fighting them on your terms. And that's not just some flashy animation, that just changes the entire flow of the overall encounter. You're making tactical decisions in real time about
It'd be kind of cool with certain creatures that fly. If you have like a flaming element weapon or anything fire related, that I would just burn their wings off right away.
how to dismantle what's in front of you. And also, the enemies, they're not pushovers either. Standard mobs in this game can and will kill you if you're not paying attention.
Be pretty cool if it had like a Souls like slight theme to it with the difficulty,
Wolves are
or at least give us like a difficulty bar to let us choose what the difficulty we want. And if that would be the case, I would hope that they don't make the harder difficulties just, oh, these enemies have just more health, but maybe do more damage and keep the same amount of health, but just have them do more damage.
fast, aggressive, travel in packs. Kobolds will block your attacks, retreat, try to blind you. The screen literally darkens and feels static. Boars are kind of like that bruiser type you don't want to go toe to toe with. The producer himself even acknowledged the wasps are quite brutal. When the IGN previewer brought up the wasp, Futumi just nodded and just like, yes, the wasp. The only English this man said. That's absolutely crazy. That's how you know this man set us up for failure, bro. He literally just like, damn, yeah, you're right. Them wasps are something else, right? They ain't that about a, you like, bro, what? But that's actually
just
very
knows.
funny and comical in its sense. The words of a man who knows exactly what horrors he unleashed.
I wonder what the level cap's going to be. I hope it's not like 999, or I would imagine like at most you'll get like level 100, but it'd be really cool if they had a system where it just had infinite levels and just gets god awfully time consuming to level up. So theoretically you could just slowly become stupid overpowered if you just keep grinding.
Just on his own digital world. But also on top of the combat, you've got an AI companion system. So far from the overall preview, you notice that there's 3 particular companions to choose from. Iori, who's your healer, can drop, healing circles you stand in.
I will not be picking her just because just don't get hit and you don't have to get healed.
There's the wise man, who's your tank. And there's Argo, who's kind of a utility support role. You pick who rolls with you based on your play style, and you can swap them out between runs. As well as the progression system is quite smart too. Instead of your typical RPG leveling where each level barely changes anything, Echoes of Ironcrad uses a milestone system where every 5 stats points you and gets you invest. And then you start to notice that power spike. You hit a dexterity in 5, the sword damage goes up by 3%. Hit dex 10, that bumps over to 5%. And then apparently you can actually feel yourself getting stronger because once again, as we remember from like lore wise, you're trapped in the game. So
That is kind of nice. It is a little irritating sometimes when you're playing a game and you go to level up and you just feel like nothing really has changed.
a lot of them were like in the getting stronger mentally and physically, and they truly felt that strength. And on top of that, you can respect your build at any time.
That's always really good.
There's no penalties. They want you to experiment. They want you to try different things. That's the kind of RPG philosophy I can definitely get behind. Now, all of that sounds great on paper, but let me tell you why this matters way beyond just one game. Because once you zoom out, this announcement has implications for the entire SAO franchise and for Bandai Namco as a publisher. So let's talk about the SAO side first. This franchise has had a problem for quite a long time, and everybody knows it. We like to call it the Kirito problem. Every main
I feel like also a big thing for what this game's success to a degree will be the pricing of the game. 'Cause if it's anything stupidly priced, I feel like it's gonna have it rough.
line SAO game has been built around one assumption that you already care about Kirito and his story. Look, Kirito's fine. I have enjoyed a lot.
For me, when it comes to Kirito, if I wanted to get to know him more, I would just watch the anime. Maybe one of his games, if it's connected to the lore of the anime universe and shows things that maybe the anime didn't. But other than that, yeah, if I want to play a game from Sword Art Online, I'd rather do what they're doing now and just make my own character.
Of the Sword Art Online media out there. Personally, for me, I feel like the very first kind of 3 seasons were perfectly fine, and then like they lost me after that. Basically, like I stopped right when they really finished Gun Gale Online.
For me, I don't remember exactly how the seasons go, but I know I enjoyed the first half of season 1. The second half was all right, and then season 2, the first half was good when they were in that like shooting one, and then the second half was like and then when Kirito ends up in like another game without his lady, his wife, and he completely forgets his memory until later on. I've watched all of that, and I thought that was good. I enjoyed it all through.
Version of Sword Art Online. So, but nothing ever beats the first season, in my opinion. Let me know what's your favorite. If you've watched Sword Art Online, what's your favorite season? What's your favorite arc? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. But when your game requires homework just to understand what's happening, you're kind of cutting off a massive chunk of potential players before they even pick up the controller. Echoes of Ankh is the first game in this franchise to truly put you at the center of an original story. There's no prerequisites, no catching up on lore. You're a player trapped in a death game, climbing the floors of Aincrad.
I think that's the right path. I think they did a good job there.
That's all you need to know. That's not just a design choice. That's a fundamental shift in who this franchise is for. The community is losing their minds over this. So when you kind of go through some of the trailers and stuff, you can know, or I think I've seen some of the trailers. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen just so many different people talking about this, and a lot of people are so excited for this. A lot of people's like, man, when SAO first dropped, this is something I've been looking for. Now, of course, SAO isn't the only company that game or franchise that's done the death game situation. We got to remember our OG hack.gu. We got to remember the OGs who've done it. But
I hope if this game does succeed, that other games that become a game through like an anime goes through the route where you get to create your own character. I ended up playing one of the what was it called? Not Demon Hunters. But I can't remember the name. But it was an anime game, and it just pretty much played out through the actual anime. And you're pretty much doing the same thing as the anime. I didn't finish it because I was like, well, it's fun to play, but like I'd rather just watch the anime.
Always wanted a true game to truly give us that feeling that we're trapped in a death game, climbing to get out of there, especially in Sword Art Online, where we got.
Oh yeah, I guess if you die in the game, you die in real life. So like, are they gonna implement that? If you die in the game, you die in real life. Like they'll have an assassin put a lock on you. The moment you die, you get your head blown off. Talk about immersion, in my opinion. That'd be pretty legit.
That we want to truly feel the way of climbing the floors of Aincrad.
Oh, I could imagine people doing like a no death run, where if you die, you have to start again.
That fantasy has never been fully realized in a game up until now. And here where it gets real, the death game mode. This is actually confirmed. It is not rumored. It is not hinted at. It is confirmed. Echoes of Aincrad has a mode where if you die, the game will delete your save file. So trying to blur the line of
That's Minecraft hardcore for you. I'm actually really happy they have that as a mode. That's awesome.
games
I'd
and
never
the
do that,
anime
but
and truly make you feel like you are literally trapped in that game.
oh my gosh, maybe I should play this game one day and stream it. And the moment I die, I just never play the game again. I see how far I can go, and when I'm dead, I'm like, oh, I guess that's as far as I went. I'm dead.
Because as we know, lore wise, if you die in the game, you die in real life. It's the craziest concept, and it's a good concept at that. You can do a lot with it, and they're truly finally bringing it over to the game. Just like the premise of the anime, you die, it's over. It's GG's from there. Think about what that could mean. One life challenge runs, hardcore playthroughs where every single encounter matter. That is the feature that keeps the game relevant even on YouTube and Twitch.
I think if I were to ever do that mode, I'd be doing a lot of grinding to try and stay over leveled
For months and possibly years. But this is the big question nobody has an answer to yet. Will they actually deliver all 100 floors of Aincrad?
Oh, I sure hope
Because
so.
that's the promise.
That'd be
right?
sick.
That's the fantasy. If we get in there and it's a 20 floors, a to be continued screen, that's going to sting, because if I last time I checked, this is a $70 full retail price game.
$70. Is that American? Hold on. SAO price. Holy, standard edition price of $69.99. A deluxe Canadian. Oh, this is USD Canadian. Holy cow. Yeah, boys, I am not playing that. That is, until it goes on sale, I can't afford that.
That Bandai Namco is dropping. So I wonder how they're going to give us 100 floors. But that is something I will be watching very carefully. Hopefully, as more information come out.
Oh wait, I'm kind of worried with the floor thing. Like, I hope they don't. If they do 100 floors, or even like let's say 50, and then the remaining floors end up being DLC. I really, really hope that they don't get lazy and have repeat floors. Like same enemies, the layouts may be different, but it's pretty much the same thing. I'm hoping each floor is unique in its own way with its own unique type of enemies.
More gameplay previews come out, maybe
Especially for the gosh dang price.
a demo or some form of a beta can come out so we can actually get a general idea of what's going on here. But honestly, the SAO stuff is just half the story, because when you zoom out even further, what Bandai Namco is doing here has implications for every anime IP that they own. So let's talk about Bandai for a second, because for years, and when I say this, years, when it comes to their anime IPs, this company has had a formula. Naruto was an arena fighter, Dragon Ball arena fighter, My Hero Academia is an arena fighter. You kind of see the pattern here. A lot of the anime-based games are all fighting games. And overall, it's just like, it's crazy to think like we have other games that are not fighters, but when you think of anime licensed games, they always get thrown into the fighting category. It's just the
Yeah, I know, he's not wrong. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, majority of the anime games I can think of, by majority, I mean all of them, is just fighting games. Like either a 2D platformer or it's like a 3D type platformer of a fighting game where you just verse one other character.
craziest thing ever. Like, we have the Tales series, we have Code Vein, but the sentiment is
Hey, Code Vein, I gotta play that game again, but it's pretty good.
sentiment is correct, man. When people think Bandai Namco anime games, they're going to think the fighting games, right? But with Echoes of Aincrad, Bandai Namco isn't just avoiding that formula. They're building a full single-player action RPG with genuine mechanical depth. You can break the wasp parts.
I think what they should also do, I don't know if they are going to do it or if it's already a thing that's going to be a thing. Don't have it just a single player. Have it like a what's it called? Have like a guild system going where you can play with friends or randos. Have it where certain parts of the world becomes a PvP area. That's a gamble. If you go in there, you can fight monsters and stuff, but other humans could end up fighting you if they wanted to. Imagine that if you're doing a no death run on hardcore mode and you have someone that's also kills you. You know how messed up that would be?
There's build crafting, there's the free respecking, the companion strategy, milestone progression system. This is definitely hitting home as a real RPG and a nice way to get us to truly feel like we're playing the game and we're in the game. You feel? Here's the part that makes you should pay really attention, because even if you don't care about Sword Art Online at all, if this game succeeds, imagine they do a similar approach applied to Naruto, an original character, your own ninja, a real action RPG with deep combat.
Chat, what would you guys prefer? A Sword Art Online game like this or a Naruto game like this? I personally would prefer Sword Art Online. I've never been like the biggest Naruto person.
And instead of another arena fighter, or One Piece, or Dragon Ball. Even though, yes, we had Dragon Ball
I feel like One Piece would be a bit difficult. It'd have to be just a lot of boat sailing.
Z Kakarot, but we still relived the story of the Z Fighters. What if we were able to kind of do like a Xenoverse kind of situation, but on a grander scale? You know, Xenoverse, but on a grander scale. We might see something with the brand new Dragon Ball 100 or whatever the new information is on the new Dragon Ball game. But overall, the blueprint of Echoes of Ironcrad is down, could literally is laying down, could change Bandai Namco's entire playbook. And there's another connection people aren't talking about enough. Bandai Namco publishes the Tales franchise. Tales of Rise was a massive success.
What is Tales of Rise? I've never heard that. Not, or unless I don't remember that.
Know that specific version of Tales games kind of gets a discourse, whether some people like this, whether some people didn't. I'm a big fan.
See, I really hope that this environment is going to stay lively like what they're showing. And I so hoping that you can see other players and it's not just you.
And of Tales of Berseria, and you know, this combat could be very similar. When I was looking at it, could be very similar to some of the Tales of Arise games, but we kind of got to just take a look. Like, you can kind of see Bandai is trying to cross-pollinate a lot of their other RPGs and to build it into Echoes of Ironcrad. But let's bring it all together, right? So I'll be real with you. When I first saw the new SAO game announced, my gut reaction was very skeptic. We've seen this franchise stumble before. We've seen Bandai Namco play it safe before. But the more I dig into Echoes of Ironcrad, the custom character, the combat depth, the companion system, the death game mode that literally deletes your save, the commitment to making this accessible to everyone, the more I think they might actually be onto something here.
I think he's got a valid point there. I've wanted to play a bunch of the other Sword Art games, but at the same time, like I said, I would rather just watch the anime, save the money and watch the anime. But the fact that this one's going to have no main characters in it, and you'll just get a side character, I think it's really cool and a good concept, especially with the you die, you done kind of thing.
This isn't just another anime cash grab. This is Bandai Namco saying we can do more. And whether you're an SAO fan or you've never watched a single episode, July 10th should be on your radar, honestly. Because if they pull this off, this could be the new anime game that rewrites the rules for what an anime RPG can actually be. But I need to hear from my community, man. Are you buying this day one? Are you going to play the death game mode like straight away? Or are you waiting to see if they actually deliver on a lot of the promises?
I definitely won't be buying. I'm going to end the video here. I definitely won't be buying the game day one. I can't justify spending $100 on the game. That's a lot of money. But I do. If it goes like on 50% sale or something like that, I'll gladly give it a shot. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? I'm intrigued. I can't wait to see what they have planned and stuff. But yeah, if you guys like the video, don't forget to give this bad boy a like. Get the guy subscribe. He's a smaller channel. And yeah, you guys comment down below what your thoughts are, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care and God bless you all.